Adult Swim. All kids out of the pool.
On October 1st, 1992, Cartoon Network was launched, and in the coming years became a prominent face in entertainment. Labeled as the best place for cartoons, it was the first ever channel to have a specific 24-hour focus on animation, consisting largely of Hanna-Barbera, MGM, and Warner Bros. Series and shorts. The network slowly began to develop its own original programming. Curiously enough, the first original program made by the network, not counting the anthology series The Moxie Show, was Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Hello, I am Space Ghost. Welcome to my show.
A show aimed at older audiences, in stark contrast to the very kid-centric cartoons that would follow later on during the decade. The network also dabbled in late-night programming with blocks in adult-oriented cartoons at this time, showing that even early on, Cartoon Network had more than just kids in mind.
Alright, attention swimmers. Or swimmer.
On the night of September 21st, 2001, Adult Swim, stylized as bracket Adult Swim, launched, and with it came a slew of original programming. This included the iconic Aqua Teen Hunger Force, as well as a handful of shows that, much like Coast to Coast, were comedic takes on Hanna-Barbera properties, like C-Lab 2021 and Harvey Birdman Attorney at Law.
You there! I sit in judgment of you. On you? No, of you.
The network also aired anime such as Cowboy Bebop and reruns of adult cartoons from networks like UPN and the WB that had already been cancelled, such as Home Movies, Baby Blues, and The Oblongs. Having started off pretty strong, the block rose in popularity over the years, eventually shaping itself into what it is today. One big factor that's played into Adult Swim's success is the sheer uniqueness of the block. Over the years, Adult Swim has birthed a myriad of original programming that's ranged from quirky to downright insane.
King Star King, I will blast you!
It's hard to watch shows like Robot Chicken or Super Jail without having some sort of admiration for the lack of restraint on display. With a surprising amount of leniency regarding censorship along with the freedom that comes with animation, Adult Swim has had no qualms with being as crude and violent as a basic cable network can allow. But even apart from the raunchiness, a lot of Adult Swim's original shows feel like they could only ever exist on a block as offbeat and experimental as this.
Can I help you? Can I help you? What do you do?
For instance, could you imagine a show as out there as 12-Ounce Mouse being picked up by Fox and airing alongside its more sitcom-y animation like Family Guy? But even outside the programming itself, Adult Swim manages to give itself a sense of personality that's seldom seen on other television networks. The various bumpers it's had over the years are generally well remembered, the early ones featuring the voice of a public pool's lifeguard shouting, "All kids out of the pool!" over a memorable Latin jazz remix has proved to be nostalgic for many people.
All kids out of the pool for Adult Swim. All kids out!
And the ones that feature rise-cracking white text over black backgrounds have stuck around since 2003. Occasionally, these text bumpers would jokingly respond to posts made on either the site's now defunct message boards or social media posts directed to them. As simple as practice is, it helps give off the impression that the people running and managing the Adult Swim are very much in touch with their viewership, and in turn, gives quite a bit of character to the block itself. Another unique thing the block does is unique and at times shockingly ambitious April Fool's Day pranks. From showing the yet-to-premiere theatrical Aqua Teen Hunger Force film muted in a tiny space off to the side of the screen over regular programming, to airing Tommy Wiseau's The Room a few years in a row, to reviving the insanely popular action block Toonami, Adult Swim finds new ways to catch its viewership off guard each and every year.
All right, Tom, we're ready.
I love this job.
Throughout the 2010s, Adult Swim began to delve even further into experimental content. On January 1st, 2011, the block aired the first episode of one of their most unique programs yet, a show simply known as Off the Air. The show is an anthology series consisting largely of stock footage, music video, short film excerpts, and online video clips, all centered around a specific theme, edited together into 11-minute episodes.
It's their life anyway. They can go outside. They can really do stuff.
It's a simple enough premise, but due to the bizarre nature of a lot of the featured videos, on top of the way the show is presented and edited, the end product is far more surreal and intriguing than it has any right to be. I personally love this series, and the fact that it was not only greenlit, but continues to air on the network to this day, perfectly encapsulates Adult Swim's willingness to be as weird and experimental as possible, a trait that should be applauded.
People like you is what's wrong with the world. Your whole world is warped.
Around the same time that this show came out, the block also started producing standalone comedic shorts that started off as a series of infomercial parodies, earning them the name infomercials. However, the shorts soon broke from the infomercial formula and began feeling more like twist-heavy short films that showcase the kind of creative freedom Adult Swim allows. These ranged from Too Many Cooks, a parody of cheesy sitcom theme songs that eventually devolves into utterly unpredictable madness.
A family is like a soup. Everyone adds an extra scoop.
To unedited footage of a bear, which starts off like a YouTube ad for a medication, but as said ad continues to play, a dark story begins to unfold. While not directly related to Off the Air, these shorts do give off a similar quirky vibe that reflects Adult Swim's willingness to be as off-Kitler in ways other channels don't often get.
There's nothing wrong with my dog, man.
In addition to the plethora of shows that Adult Swim has made over the years that are more than worth your time, what makes the block so respectable is just how much it's managed to stand out, even after 2 entire decades. Having a strong emphasis on both comedy and surrealism, it's not afraid to embrace absurdism in ways that can't be seen anywhere else on television and present things that are completely outrageous.
Hit the fart button one last time for Michael.
In this day and age, nonsensical absurdist humor is something that's been fully embraced by people on the internet. But there's still a special kind of charm in seeing the kind of experimentation usually reserved for online creations take shape on mainstream television. It doesn't matter whether or not you like the shows that Adult Swim airs, or even the block as a whole. The ways in which it thrives on quirkiness while keeping in touch with its audience helps cement it as one of the most unique programming blocks on television.
First, they take the dingle bop and they smooth it out with a bunch of schleem.